Hi guys, in this video I'm going to be telling you about all of the hidden uses items actually have. And it gets crazy, so make sure to watch to the end. Alright guys, so something that's definitely going to be showing up a lot in this video is the bouquet. Alright, so with bouquets, more is always better, bro. You can do stuff like this, and you can get boosted very high. Haven't done this in a little while. There we go. So yeah, you can do stuff like that, and you can also glitch out engineer vehicles with it. Alright, so the next item is none other than the ball of web. So the ball of web doesn't have nearly as many uses, but you can eat it, regain health. Alright, so next we have moss. This is one of the lesser, acknowledged items. I feel like no one even acknowledges this. You can eat it, almost every single item, and yet again, it's just a ball. So, really the same thing as the ball of web. Then we have the crystal. This is also another eating thing, but you can actually make some very crazy glitches with this. This is actually one of the glitchiest items of all, other than the pizza. The pizza actually is very good with the bouquet. So, and you can eat it, and I'll get more into that later in the video. So, one of the harder items to get is the gel, and that is the next one we're talking about. It's actually pretty challenging to get. Let me see if I can even get it in the first place. Alright, so now here is where the hard part is. There you go, there we go. Alright, so the gel. You cannot actually eat this, in fact. But it is an ingredient. That is what its main purpose is for. Alright, so the next one, which is actually another one that you have to buy, is the trophy of Check-In, or the trophy of Ducky. And these play cool music. Can't eat them, of course. And yeah, they're pretty cool. Not many glitches with them today, but yeah, I thought I should acknowledge these, so yeah. Next, we have the water balloon. This is actually a weird water balloon, but just something cool about this. That is a different thing. You can throw it and hit people, because it's like a water balloon. It's like the whole deal. And you can get a bunch of different types of water balloons, and some of them actually are required to get bind. So it's actually needed to get one of the secret abilities. The same exact time. Just like that, we got the burger. So, the burger, you can eat it. Surprise. And it is another good circular object. And, it's actually a double-decker burger. That is, kind of off topic, but jeez. It's a big burger. Anyways, so yeah, the cake is also very good for stacking. And you can eat it, of course. But, let's get to the part that everyone has been waiting for. The part where I show you all of the crazy glitches. Yeah! Woohoo! Alright, let's just go to the next one. Alright, so let's start off with the craziest bouquet glitches of all time. Alright, so the first glitch is actually a cannon. So, I'll show you how to do this. You're gonna need 3 bouquets and a ball of web. So first place a bouquet, then a ball of web on top. Basically, you can, I named it item logging. You can stuff a bunch of things in the top of a bouquet, and that's gonna be the cause of a lot of glitches that I'm gonna be showing you in this video. But as I was saying, bouquet, ball of web, bouquet. So you'll know that it works once the ball of web launches upwards and yep, like that. So that is what you want to happen, where it launches both this, the bouquet, and the ball of web. And sometimes I've gotten it to actually launch very far. Oh, I did that in the wrong order, but there we go. That was slightly farther, not that much, but you get the gist. It's pretty cool, and alone, this isn't very helpful, but you can use this for a lot of other things if you combine it with other functions, like engineer builds and stuff. So let's go on to the next one. Alright, so for this next one, you're gonna need 1 bouquet. And I want to keep that there for now, and you'll see why. Then you want a lot of pizza and a crystal as well. Alright, so I have collected all of the materials, all of the items that you will need for this glitch. Basically, you have to item log the bouquet with a bunch of pizza, and then basically you place the crystal and it will explode. But yeah, basically just log it with that and put that in and it'll explode all around. Alright, so the items that you will need to make the time bomb are a ball of web, a piece of pizza, a bouquet, and maybe a few random items just maybe to put in the bouquet, to item log in the bouquet. But I'll show you how to build the basic mechanism for the time bomb. So basically, first you want to place a ball of web and then a pizza on top of it. This is gonna make it very wobbly, so it can just randomly, you know, explode, I guess. So you can make stuff like that, where when that goes out, this falls. Alright, so the next crazy use of an item, so the water balloon. Basically, in basically any enclosed space, these things are overpowered. Basically, you can just do this, and they're basically everywhere for a little while. Basically, so if you just get like a hot bar full of these, you will be stacked. And I'll show you what I mean. So water balloons are also actually crazy combo extenders. So you can punch someone and then throw a water balloon and finish them off if they're too far away. They're actually very underrated, so. But look at this. They're all over the house for a little while. So, and they're pretty hard to dodge, especially in an enclosed space. And if you're working with an engineer, or if you are an engineer, then no one can get out. So, yeah, that is it for the water balloon part. So let's go on to the next one. Alright, so the next one is actually with the ball of moss. And this one is very different than the rest. And you're gonna need a lot of moss. Alright, so we're probably gonna need more, actually, surprisingly, but I'll clue you in on what we are doing. So what we are doing is camouflage. Basically, you have to place these in like a way that it looks kind of natural, but it actually conceals where you are. Okay, I basically just said the definition of camouflage, but yeah, I hope you guys know what camouflage is. But basically, you gotta find like a good place, and the moss, I just picked it since it's like the darkest thing, so it's the easiest to hide with, in my opinion at least. But I'm gonna need a bunch of moss, so. Alright, and then, actually I might not have enough still, but then you gotta be very careful. You gotta be incredibly careful not to pick up any. So yeah, I'm definitely not concealed enough yet. Wait, let me actually do it in this little nook. And let me angle these better. So now, basically, I'd want to be green. And also, it really helps if you have another person doing this. This is very hard for only me to do. So yeah, that's actually going to mark the end of today's video. So yeah, tell me if I should make a part 2 and show you even crazier glitches and stuff. But yeah, please like, subscribe, and comment on this video, whether or not you want a part 2, and I'll see you all next time. Bye.